This report confirms everything we've been saying for months and months. And this writer from The Athletic says that RJ Harvey has a significant, will be a significant part of the offense. And I quote, Harvey has exceeded expectations, and that if the Broncos wanted Dobbins to get more work than Harvey, they would have signed him before the NFL draft, something we've talked about over and over and over on this channel. But the worried Williams don't seem to want to concern themselves with that information. The worried Williams out there want to cast a whole bunch of Harvey hate, is what we call this moving forward. Harvey hate. People don't like Harvey. Why? Because he's 24 years old. People don't like Harvey. Why? Because they already said negative things about him. And now their narrative is already written because people that don't watch this channel don't know how to adjust and adapt. If you're an adjust and adapt Adam and you want to say, Smitty, I'm sorry. I was against him, but now I'm found. Please convert me, Smitty, into a Harvey believer. Then we accept you. The train door opens for you. You can jump on said train and we can choo-choo our way down the train track onto the Harvey Boulevard, which is taking us all to the promised land as he's part of HHH and Associates in 2025.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates, locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Exceeded expectations, huge, significant part of the offense. And if the Broncos, this coming from Bronco writers, watching Harvey every day, if the Broncos wanted Harvey to get less work than J.K. Dobbins, then they would have signed J.K. Dobbins before the NFL draft. And this is where a chatty Charlie might say something, and then we'll hit the intro, and then we're going to draft. But Smitty, maybe they didn't think they needed him, and now they're like, we're not super impressed. That is wrong, because Harvey, from Sean Payton's own mouth, not just this writer doesn't necessarily determine what's going to happen, but Sean Payton from his own mouth said that Harvey will be there on third downs. He'll be on the field. He's impressed by him. He's a big guy. He's short, but he's not small. He said, I don't like small players. We like big players. Harvey's a big player. Check out his quads, Sean Payton said. Saquon Barkley's strength. This guy's got the movement of a Bucky and Saquon. He runs like both of them. A combo of both of them. Don't get that twisted. And you don't even know what he can be. You don't even know how good he can be. It's easy to say, oh, did you just try and compare? No one's comparing anything, but who are you to say what he can and cannot be? The Fantasy Football Show, RJ Harvey Celebration Show.
Mashed potatoes!
Right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Well, Bill the Tickler, you're in the building. Togo's in the building. Ben's in the building. Travis, John, Slim's in here. Vader, Buckeye, Sick Nasty, Johnny, appreciate all of you in here. Now, one of these comments here, I feel really, really bad, though. You said you sold him at the peak. Bro, we're not even at the peak, Togo. What are you doing? Sold Harvey at a peak? There is no peak. He's at the bottom. You just sold this stock before it's going to slip, Togo. You just sold it before it's going to split. It's going to split. It's going to double. It's going to triple. It's going to quadruple. What do you mean you sold it at the peak? This guy's just rock bottom. What are you doing, bro? You just sold a gold mine. You just sold a top 6 to 10 running back in 2025. You heard me correctly. Top 6 to 10 running back 2025 as a rookie. That's what Harvey's going to bring to the table. That's what Harvey can do for you.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Traded Harvey for Saquon, Chase, and Burrow. Yeah, right. Some of you, I know a lot of you who traded Harvey, you're gonna pretend to sing this song and dance about how you got such great value. But unless you show me a receipt, I don't believe you. I believe now you're worried about I guess you could call it crowd control. You're worried about controlling the narrative, unfortunately, that's now going to ensue. Trading Harvey sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard. There was no peak. We haven't even begun, as Bill the Tickler said. We haven't even begun to see the peak. There's no way you're selling him at a peak. Literally rock bottom. Sell Harvey before the train derailed. Okay. He's 24. Here's the next one. I'll see this in the comments over and over. It's like, watch my live stream. Watch my damn live stream before you comment about something and say, well, he's 24. Smitty, he's 24. He's 24. Yeah, but his odometer in the NFL says 0. He's a 24-year-old player with a 0 odometer with a 6-year shelf life. A 6-year shelf life, which means that at 24, 25, that's 2 years. 26, that's 3 years. 27, that's 4 years. 28, that's 5 years. 29, that's 6 years. I mean, Kamara, this is a Kamara-like player playing well at 29. Look, there's at 0 miles, NFL miles on the odometer, making it 6 years is easy, light work. He might be able to play at 30 because he's a different, unique situation. Harvey is going to the moon, and I just pity the fool that doesn't see it coming. I pity the fool that doubts him because he's 21 in a dynasty league. Listen to me, dynasty owners. This is a monster. This is a dynasty monster. Don't let people who hyper-focus on ages like 24 years old. He's a 24-year-old rookie running back, Smitty. The draft capital's not in second round. Okay, well, he's old, Smitty. They're going to replace him. He's 24 years old. He's not 87 years old. He's 24 years old with 0 miles and a 6 to 7 year shelf life. Give him till 30. He could easily last with the 0 odometer of NFL mileage till 29-30. You're telling me you're worried about 6 years? Some people think way too far in advance. This is a discount. This is a discount beyond discounts. This is one of the most disrespected players in the entire realm of fantasy football. This is one of the disrespected.
The disrespected.
And, we only have, Mahomes deserves to be on this list as well. Some of these lists overlap, but this particular list we assembled a while ago. Bucky's been on it for forever. Hendy's been on it. Hunter's been on it. And now Harvey's going to be added to the disrespected. And he should have been on here the whole entire time because the disrespect coming his direction is massive. He is number 2. Bucky's number 5. Let's move this up and make room for our new bunkmate. Everybody, let me introduce you to RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey is one of the new bunkmates. Can you guys move over a little bit? Let's move Hunter over. Hunter, you're taking up a little too much space. RJ, you're going to go in the corner. I don't know who number 1's going to be. You guys might kind of have an idea who I'm thinking. Best value in fantasy football, period. Probably going to be on this list. I say we add him right now. And then maybe we do we're going to do an official unveiling at some point anyway. Let's just add him right now. I give you the disrespected number 1 and number 2 overall players. Patrick Mahomes at his 6th, 7th round ADP. RJ Harvey at his 5th round, sometimes later ADP. Hunter in his 4th, sometimes 5th ADP. And Bucky, Irving, and Hendy, you know the deal. I mean, Bucky, he's disrespected because he honestly deserves first-round value. No one's saying that you should go draft him in round 1, but he honestly deserves first-round evaluation. But I'm not gonna try and not steal Harvey away at a discount. I know you are Bucky at a discount. I'm gonna take him in the 2nd round all day long. The disrespected Bucky, Hendy, Hunter, Harvey, Mahomie. It's the best list I've seen all offseason, honestly. That list makes me so excited. That list makes me so excited. Let's look at it again.
The disrespected.
Let's get Harvey to move from left to right. I mean, what are we doing there? Let's redo that. That's disrespectful to not present the disrespected in
The disrespected.
There you go. That hits so nicely. And the crazy part is, like, let's see how many we can draft on one team. Bucky, round 2. Hendy, round 5. Hunter, round 4. Harvey, round 5, 6. Mahomes, 6, 7. Not the easiest thing to do. Depends on where you're drafting, but you could, in theory, kind of grab all these guys in one draft. It's possible. Let's move everybody around a little bit. Create some more space here. There you go. Let's move this around here. Phone lines are going to be open here in a second. In fact, you can dial in already if you want to before I hit the phone line. Look at this group. This group is such a dangerous group. Just absolute filth. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this crew. These are league winners. All 5 of them are league winners. And this man especially, I just can't wait for the hatred to continue to pile on. The Harvey hate is real. The Shadur Sanders hate. The Igbuka seems to have a little bit of a hate club. But if you're just joining us, Harvey has exceeded expectations in Denver. And according to this writer, amongst other writers and Sean Payton's own mouth, Harvey's going to have a significant role in this offense. And that if they wanted to draft Dobbins, or if they wanted to have Dobbins carry the load at all, they would have taken him before the NFL draft. We've said that all offseason. Okay, hit me up on the phone line. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
You know, I feel like the offseason is playing out beautifully for us, because it's like if one thing doesn't happen and then there's, we predict something and then a piece of news breaks, like the Igbuka news that broke earlier today. Go watch that live stream if you missed it. It's right here. Not to say that the Igbuka news was where is that? I think I got it right. Is this it? No, that's Saquon Barkley. Where is that? Where is that Igbuka news when you need it? I don't know. But anyway, Igbuka, Baker just talking about how he can line up at any position. He's such a rover. That coming out. And there's a lot coming out that's going to rise and increase values. But I just feel like we're getting hit with positive news left and right. Now, buckle up, because there's going to be injuries. There's going to be reasons to get upset. And just remember, while we're getting excited about everything so far, and we've smashed this offseason to little itty-bitty pieces. We've had such a good offseason. An injury, a no-contact step can tear an ACL or take any player out. We have to be prepared for that. And so we have to make sure we're drafting as if we're going to lose somebody. You should always attack your draft assuming you're going to lose your second or third round pick, and have someone like the 2025 or the 2026 version of last year's Bucky. Everybody has to be prepared. Who is this on the phone line? Johnny, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. How much longer until you do this draft? I'm trying to see if I can make it.
Well, sometimes I jump into a draft, Johnny, just so I don't, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on it. Sometimes I jump into a draft so that I don't have everybody just sniping the hell out of me. Because how can I teach you guys a lot? I'm gonna say this: we're gonna draft one together and one not together. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do yet. The second one will probably be the one where we draft together. But I was gonna answer some phone calls. I was gonna answer some phone calls first, and then we're gonna attack a couple drafts. But what do you got for me?
I just wanted to know that really quick, and then also I want to say I think I have a draft. You said that you can probably get these guys all in one draft. I've done 130 of these things so far, and I know I got one draft where I have every one of those guys.
The disrespected.
The disrespected.
The disrespected list.
Yeah. I think I have a couple teams where I've got this as well. I'm trying to find one right now. I definitely have a couple of them. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hard
that's awesome, man. All right.
Hard to say.
I'm gonna hit the hay, man. Good night, everybody.
All right, later, bro. You can jump in, just hang out if you want to make sure you get into one of the drafts. We'll be drafting here shortly. I'm trying to see if I have any teams that it's really hard to find them that have all of the disrespected on it. Phone lines are open. I did get a caller that just called and hung up. Dial in if you want to get in on the phone line. I don't know if anybody said you lose, but if you win now, if you're in win now mode, why trade him? You're talking about RJ Harvey? I mean, look, if someone offered me, and I'm not saying that Togo, you're not telling us the truth on your trade. He said he traded RJ Harvey. I mean, number one, Togo, you're coming into a RJ Harvey celebration show, and your first words are "sold him at the peak," and everyone's gonna laugh at that because he's not there. He hasn't been close to the peak. Meaning that if he increases in value, whatever you got yesterday for him or whatever when you traded him, probably going to get more, I imagine, because he's only going to go up in value. So it was a funny line for you to use. And second of all, like you're in an RJ Harvey zone right now, and you're like, I sold him, I got out of it. No one's going to care about your trade because you're selling the player that everybody's celebrating right now. So, I mean, you can say you got the world for him or not. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's see here. I did get in the draft real quickly. Let me put that up on screen. And then we'll jump into one right after. So, you're on the phone line. You're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Phone caller, you're live.
Who, me?
Who, you?
Me?
You.
Me?
Is this Bill? Is this Bill the Tickler?
Excuse me, Smitty. Yeah.
What's up, Bill? What's up, Bill? What can I do?
How are you, Smitty?
I'm good, Bill, but what can I do for you? No one cares about whether you and I think we're each other's fine. Let's jump straight into it. What do you got for me? What do you got for me?
I was just calling to say to just thank you so much for being there 365.
You're welcome.
That's all.
You are welcome.
I don't always chime in, but I'm always watching. So I just appreciate.
Well, we appreciate you.
I appreciate the community of Travis Rowe and Rockout and all the others. I cannot.
Are you at like a dog park or something, bro? We hear like 50 dogs barking in the background.
That's one dog. She's about 29.5 pounds.
Okay.
She's huge. So I apologize. But Smitty, thanks.
All right, Bill. Why don't you mute yourself, hang out for a while, and when you want to chime in, go ahead and chime in. And if you don't, if you got to go, just hang up, no problem.
Smitty, thank you so much.
Yeah, mute yourself so those dogs are quiet, but hang out at the pound, as Travis said. You're probably at the pound right now. Pick out a good one. Pick out a dog. We'll name him. We'll name him Harvey.
Smitty, no offense. You're the dog I picked out because you're the dog that picked me out. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mute.
Yeah. All right. Mute. Caller, you're live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo.
On the clock.
Yo, this is Clay from Georgia.
What's up?
Is it? I think Penix is gonna have a better year than Trevor Lawrence.
That's okay.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I agree. I've been predicting Penix Jr. to break out since last year, my boy. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, our Falcons are rising up this year, man. Don't hate on Kyle Pitts.
Let's go.
For late round value, though, not that bad. I mean, for tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him versus the Commanders that one game.
Bro, Bro, do you remember his first game when he came into the lineup? They were dropping balls left and right. Just dropping the football left and right. Superfish even said this, and I dismissed it. They're like, do you think that they're going to have trouble catching the football from him because he throws left-handed? And I ended up saying, nah. They practice with him every day. You know, like they're not going to. What do? They drop the ball left and right. It was crazy. But that first game was frustrating. But he still balled. He still did good. There was some ups and downs as a team as they're meshing, but they looked phenomenal. They moved the football down the field so well. Oh, look at this right here. Rashee Rice falling to the third round.
Oh,
I gotta take this value.
Yeah, Rashee Rice is the man. I'm in a three-man keeper league. It's kind of crazy. You think that's like too much? We're in our like second year of our like first year, but I got
too much.
Rashee Rice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like too many keepers. Nah, okay. Yeah, that's chill. I got Rashee Rice, Achane, and Josh Allen. Right now, it's my 3 keepers. So I got Allen 4th.
I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. I don't like.
Don't?
I love it. I love it.
But
I love it.
You love it?
I love it. I don't like it. I love it.
It's insane. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's an insane stack for sure. I'm really trying to get Harvey or like Andy. I might have to reach though, because it's a 3-man keeper league, right? So and it's each player someone picks like as a keeper is like their draft pick for the round. So like the first 2 rounds, like the best players are just gonna be like rookies and like T. Higgins, like kind of like third. The draft starts at like the 3rd round. So like I gotta reach on someone, and it's gotta be a rookie. So I'm trying to think of.
I mean, bro, I rank them Genty, Hunter, and then Hendy and Harvey and Hampton are all really kind of close, bro. You can't go wrong with any one of the 3 running backs. They might all be top 10 running backs. I think that this running back stable is going to feed the top 10. 50% of the top 10, maybe top 12 running backs will be this rookie class. 50%.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah. I think I might just send it and just.
A little bold, but.
I might have to just draft Harvey like first round. I might have to do it, man.
Let the haters hate, baby. He's a 24-year-old young man. Smash.
Nah, it doesn't. His age doesn't matter. 24.
Doesn't.
Like,
Zero odometer.
Like, I don't understand the difference.
It's like you buy
22, he's a full-grown man now. You know what I mean? Like
it's like buying a brand new Lamborghini and leaving it in the garage for a couple of years. It's got 0 miles. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, like look at Marvin Harrison. You know, he's a little
small,
all right, hey, but he's still young. You know,
I got to roll.
Like,
call back if you got another one. I got to roll because I'm drafting. All right, later, bro. All right, Bill, remain on mute real quickly while I roll through these super chats and try and draft. This draft is looking great so far. I mean, Rashee Rice is going at 19, 18, 21. This is a poodle. This is a poodle draft. Caller, I'm not going to answer it right now because I want to make sure I smash these picks. So hang tight, okay? All right, let's go. We got no RBs yet. Do I go Hampton or do I just say, you know what, Travis Hunter, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team, Travis. Let's do it. I haven't gone triple wide receiver with Brock Bowers, I think, yet this entire offseason, but we like to do it live and we like to have a little diversity going on with our draft style and build. So this next pick, I could easily go Hampton, or I could take the man of the hour, RJ Harvey, a little early if I wanted, which I don't know that I'll necessarily. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I definitely need an RB here if it works. Best player available, but I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the wide receivers. I don't even like them. I don't even like the wide receivers right here at all. Hampton or Harvey, I got one of them no matter what. One of them is on the squad. Kenneth Walker, Kamara are available as well. You can see the available players right there. Joe Burrow's a fantastic pick. While I like Hampton, I do. This is a Harvey show. We're taking Harvey. We're doing it live. First RB in round 5. This is 0 RB. This is 0 RB through 4 rounds. and we took RJ Harvey as the running back 1.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
That's a good-looking squad. That's a good-looking squad. Very different than a usual Smitty-built team. And for the arguments of Hampton versus Harvey, Bill, call back if you want, Bill. I think you hung up, or I hung up on you. The difference between Hampton and Harvey in this particular build is that I can't wait for Hampton to evolve, because he'll evolve a little bit slower than Harvey. Harvey's going to get work from Jump Street, whereas Hampton's going to get work, but Najee's still there. Najee's much more of a threat than J.K. Dobbins. Caller, you're live. Go ahead. What's your name and where you calling from? Oh, is this Bill? Bill, I'm sorry. I hung up on you, Bill. Just hang tight. Mute yourself if you could. And are you there, Bill? I think, Bill, you're still muted. Bill? Hello, Bill?
Yes, Smitty.
Okay.
I was trying to text in the chat. Sorry, Smitty.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah. What do you think of the team so
sorry.
far, Bill?
What?
What do you think of the team so far? CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, RJ Harvey, doing it live.
Strength. That team is strength. I love Dak Prescott. I love him from his sophomore year. Sorry.
I don't know, Bill. You're all right, Bill?
Good enough. Call in and communicate with you, my friend.
All right, mute yourself, Bill. Mute yourself real quick. I'll be back. All right, we're on the clock here in 3 picks. Burrow, you see the players right here. Burrow, Trey Henderson, Deebo Samuel. Quinshon Judkins is not a bad pick if I need to go RB there. Joe Burrow, if he falls, is fantastic. You know I want to go Mahomes and Rashee Rice. Deebo goes. We got some snipers in the building. Oh, no, actually, you know what? Probably not. That's JD5. I can't pass on Burrow here. I need an RB, but come on, give me a break. I want Mahomes too, but give me a break. Joe Burrow, round 6? That's filthy. And don't be mistaken, as you heard Bill just say, Dak Prescott's going to have a big year. I'm grabbing Dak with CD. I might grab Dak, Mahomes, and Joe Burrow, because Dak will be cuffed to CD. Mahomes will be cuffed to Rashee Rice. Maybe I'll get Kelsey. I don't think I can get it all. In our Dynasty rookie draft, Smitty got Hunter and Harvey. You're damn straight, Roger. You're damn straight I did. Roger, what team is yours in that league? Is it called Roger? I don't know. Hendy in the 7th? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Team 1 is pissed. They thought they were going to get Burrow with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
He did take Judkins from me, which is touche. You know what I might do here? God, this is a risky running back situation, though. I don't care. There's so many RBs I love. Let's just try it. Let's bully QB the hell out of this thing. We're going full send hero RB from round 5. Attention, everybody. Attention, all of my heroes out there. We're going hero RB from round 5. Our heroes in round 5. We're going to punt RB for a little bit. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to bully Mahomes and Joe Burrow together. Might even get Dak Prescott, Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we'll have time.
Let's get them all, Smitty. Let's get them all.
Yeah. Bobby says, ruined a good start, pal. Thanks, pal. Bobby, so glad you stopped by to fantasy-splain me. and tell me where I'm going wrong and right, because it's so obvious. There aren't 1,000 ways to win at this, Bobby. So glad. Bobby, why weren't you here earlier to guide me, Bobby? I could have used my Bobby training wheels. You know who I was kind of tempted to grab is Pacheco. And then, but I don't care. I'm totally fine with I'm totally fine trying this very slender running back stable. And there's a guy like Mason coming up, Etienne, Charbonnet, Tootin. This might not be a bad place to go all Jaguar running backs potentially. But there's, even if that gets sniped from me, there's so many guys that I really believe in. Travis, you're live.
Hey, what's up? Did you see that? Someone took Chuba in the first.
Wait, what?
Someone took Chuba in the first round. Did you see that?
I didn't even look yet. Oh my God. Chuba 9? The rest of their team looks very par for the course. So what are they doing?
So odd.
You know what some people do? You know what some people do, and I'll explain what this person might be doing. It's really odd. Do I go Mace? Should I just go all Jaguar backs?
Yeah, you can do that.
Or do I go Jordan Mason? Let's go Jaguar backs. Because that gives me some tremendous security. I like Jordan Mason a lot, though. I really, really like Jordan Mason. John, let me get these 2 super chats out of the way, and then let's discuss this Chuba Hubbard situation, and I'll draft. Dynasty Superflex, Penix Jr. and a 26 first for CJ Stroud. Bro, you have to give me the first rounder, and I don't even know if I'll take it to get me to swap CJ Stroud for Penix Jr. So, Penix Jr. side with the first rounder by a country mile, my boy. Like, it's not even close for me. I don't believe in Stroud right now. Not a big Stroud guy at all. Rebuilding a 12-team 10 Superflex, take Egbuka, Golden, or Warren at 1.12. Give me Egbuka by a lot. Trade my second and get a future first rounder. Harvey and Caleb gone. Scatterboo win at 1.11. Egbuka by a country mile, my boy. Egbuka's gold. He's gold. This guy, I think this guy's in our draft, so we'll see what he does to snipe and ruin my... Okay, good. So we'll go Bashal, Tootin, and ETN, and RJ Harvey. Pretty good. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, especially given...
They're partying that starting to wonder if ETN is just going to be the guy there.
Yeah, a little bit. ETN's going to get a shot. Could be very
He's really talented. Like, now, I don't know, maybe he lost a step or something, but I'm just thinking with Cohen and that system and what he did in Tampa, like,
sure,
he might be able to like, re-unlock ETN, maybe where kind of overlooking that a bit.
And that's why I'm not, like, going around this. I want all 3 of the backs, or I don't want to do it.
Right.
I will take Tootin and Bigsby more so than like ETN and one of the other guys, but if I can grab all 3 in a scenario like this one, where it's my back's against the wall at RB, I'm guaranteed a Liam Cohen starting running back with RJ Harvey, I might not miss a beat at RB.
Yeah, I like that. And just because I was watching some, old, mostly highlights, obviously, of ETN, and I mean, like, he's really talented when he gets the ball in his hands. I think, maybe we would be writing him off a little too fast.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's for sure still got a shot. Let me merge his call. Hold on. He's for sure got a shot at returning to form. I mean, no one should be writing ETN off, but Tootin was drafted by Cohen, so Tootin will get a crack. But Tootin fumbled his first live rep. Cohen was not impressed, and so that's one thing. That's one play. But I'm just saying, like, there's a world where he fumbles the ball again, and then it's just like ETN delivers, and then you never watch ETN let go of the job. You have to. It's true. You have to take it very seriously. That if you grab Tootin and Bigsby, you might just be grabbing a cuff backup. But I don't know. I mean, I want all three on some teams. I really do. And their bye weeks are week 8. Harvey's is 12. It works perfectly.
Yeah.
This team is sick.
And you're right too, because I like all three of them. I find myself going back and forth between all three backs. You can kind of talk yourself into each one of them in different situations. Like, and then you say like, well, Bigsby doesn't catch the ball a lot, but
yeah,
that can change too.
All right, I kind of have a dilemma here. I'm really, really into this triple QB cross stream action, and you get Dak and Lamb, Mahomes and Rashee Rice, and Joe Burrow has not really cuffed anybody yet on my team, but I got to decide between Charbonnet and Dak right now.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Dak.
Let's not screw up the stack. Maybe Sharps will fall. Maybe he won't. If he doesn't, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Not. There's still another player that I 100% will have no question or qualms about drafting here that I might not get on the way back. So it could be a blessing in disguise. Paul says there's no need for Dak with Mahomes and Burrow. Not true. There's always room for another quarterback in optimal scoring, my boy. Always. Not to mention the cross stackage that we got going on is a theory of mine that I'm implementing to the moon. And I may or may not grab like a Yoshi Voss or someone of that caliber later.
Even.
Or Gesicki. Yeah. And
yeah,
Sharps fell to me anyway. Jeez. Problem is, there's a guy I really want that I almost want to take over Sharps, but I'll go Sharps. That's awesome. Woo! Woo! Look at that.
Yeah. Michael in the chat brings up LaQuinn Allen. Now, Cohen drafted him too, but I like him too, but he's just so far down the depth chart right now. So, something's got to give for him to be able to move up.
And just so everybody knows my feel on cuffing RJ Harvey, I like it. I do it when I can. But as you can see, I drafted Sharps over JK. JK was near the top. There was no way JK was going to fall to the next pick, and I knew that. But I am so not concerned about J.K. Dobbins, and I'm so not wanting him to what, Bill? Bill, mute yourself.
Oh, I thought I was. My bad. I thought I was. I'm so sorry.
That's right. All right. Yeah, mute yourself.
My bad.
All right.
My point.
All right. What was I going to say? What was I saying, Travis?
Sharps
Dobbins.
Sharps over Dobbs. Sharps over Dobbs.
Yeah. I'm so not worried about Sharp or Dobbins that I don't want to have zeros on the board for like half a season when he gets injured. I'd rather grab a player like Charbonnet, who I think can. And while he could grab zeros as well, what I mean by that is if Harvey's balling out, Sharps is probably not in your lineup. Or, I'm sorry, JK's probably not in your lineup. So even if JK doesn't get hurt, he still could never help me. And, Harvey's balling out. Whereas Charbonnet could be in the lineup while Harvey's busting out, and I could have, double trouble. Now, there's another player that I really, really like here. Let me just move this down a little bit so we can get view. I love all the know-it-alls when you do a stream like this. They come in and they tell you how you've messed up the draft and how you made a mistake, and everybody's got an opinion. Well, I've got an opinion, and this guy might win the league. Jaden Blue, do it.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Yeah, but
Look at that. Charbonnet.
yeah, but you might as well throw the draft away because you took 3 QBs.
Yeah. Oh, you got 3 QBs? According to the data. The data does not allow such a thing. Last year's data tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 RBs. Wide receivers are Lamb, Rasheed Rice, and Travis Hunter. Brock Bowers is my tight end. I could kind of maybe go 2 tight ends in this format if I wanted to grab another RB. It's possible. So I guess the question would be, gentlemen, do I go Bigsby here? Do I go Isaac Garendo here?
No wide receivers you like, Phil?
You have Anthony, right?
I think I'm going to... I got to make a decision here. I think I need to follow through. I need to follow through with this stack.
Bigsby.
We went Bigsby. I need to follow through with the stack because it's vital. It's a vital...
I don't know how someone could say there's no ceiling for Bigsby. If Bigsby's a starter, he's a monster.
Yeah, I will say this, like drafting him standalone, as I said, without like Tootin or without, it makes it tough. But he's still got tons of upside, but his metrics are through the roof. He has some of the best metrics in the NFL in certain categories. Forced missed tackles, et cetera, et cetera. Like he is a monster. But the question, I needed to grab both of them. Bobby, you know what? If you don't like what you're seeing, you don't have to be here. Because all you have are negative comments over and over, Bobby. So you decide, you want to be here or do you not want to be here? Because you can leave if you want. I'll just make the decision for you. So you tell me what you want, Bobby. You tell me if this channel is such a joke to you, why are you even here? Yet here you are. Yet here you are consuming my content and acting like you're Mr. Know-It-All. So why don't I just do you a favor and move you along already? How about that, Bobby? How about you go watch someone else? Let's see how important the channel is to you. You tell me right now. We'll let you decide. Your next comment can decide whether you're going to be here to stay or we'll send you packing, Bobby. Mr. Know-It-All, Bobby.
Are you worthy?
Stop being a Bob.
The thing with Tank is that, obviously he had trouble holding on to the ball a little bit and stuff, but he gets over that. Like you just said, that missed forced tackles, his ability to make guys miss when he gets the ball in his hands, it's such a predictive stat, and it really translates to the production of the field.
Yeah. Roger says ETN hasn't been used right. He needs space. Definitely a great value at his ADP for sure, bro. Absolutely.
Boy.
I
don't think Owen's good at it.
Yeah. Hold on. Trade Leggett for Bigsby for running back depth. I'd rather have Bigsby. Nick, I'd rather have Bigsby. Yeah, go ahead, Bill the Tickler. Go ahead.
Agree with everything I've heard from you, Smitty, and Travis. But now realizing, gosh darn, the loaded talent on that Jaguar team. If Trevor Lawrence can make it happen with his arm and provide, but now Travis Hunter and then that rookie from last year, I know he's high ADP, and now those running backs again and.
Bill, you're
that's so much firepower. That's so much firepower. That's my point. I know, Smitty. I know you want to cut me off. So as usual, I'll cut myself off first. I will go mute. But I'm just saying that's a lot of firepower.
cut him off. Bartender needs to cut him off too.
Which can produce, and which can make the most effective.
All right, Bill. Okay, Bill, mute yourself again. Bill, we love you. Bill, don't take offense to it. We love you, pal. We absolutely love you. Please don't get mad at me. This next pick I'm going to make is a little bit of a reachy poo. But I don't want to miss out, and I've got to go all the way down and back. And the problem is his ADP is also not cemented in right now. It's on the move. So you have to.
You're so late in the draft. Doesn't matter.
We'll go with Thornton. You have to be.
I thought that might be who you're going for.
Yeah, you have to be on your toes with the moving player. He's in like the 180s, 190s, like in between there, but he's climbing, and the ADP data hasn't. You just don't know. He's getting snagged so high.
Yeah, it hasn't gone up yet. A week from now, it's going to be 20 spots higher, probably.
Yeah, the only thing I may have messed up on this draft that I can't recover from. It is what it is. I mean, I can recover from it. I can't really recover from it. I either have to take I drafted all week 10 bye-week quarterbacks.
Oh, you did that last night too.
I got a little excited on the Dak one. I didn't check the bye week. So I either have to roll with two more. Let's see here.
You have a tight end.
Two more wide receivers.
Recover.
Don't worry about tight end. We'll be fine. We got Brock Bowers.
Recover.
So we're going to have to go quarterback. Oh, boy. This is why having Bill on the phone rambling, no offense, Bill, but does it help? Bill, you're taking too long, and I'm not thinking straight half the time.
But is it hurting? Is it hurt? It's not helping, but is it hurting?
It's not helping. It's hurting only. It's helping a little more than it's hurting.
It's helping a little. Oh.
Yes, it's a poodle, Michael. Look, it is what it is. I'm a human being running a live stream with I'm a human being running a live stream with the tickling laughter of Bill the Tickler in my ear.
Mute,
Bill, mute. Good God.
Listening to Bill does take a lot of brain cells. I'm not going to lie.
Wait, is this?
Those brain cells are what keep me going. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much.
It wasn't me. I didn't say that. I don't know who said it.
2-3-1 format. If so, Michael, explain yourself real quickly. Hold on. My wide receivers are 10-8. Okay, I need a non.
Oh, I think he's saying it's just QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 flat. Oh, I guess someone was asking in the chat what format was.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go ahead and take Aaron Rodgers in that case. just to get that quarterback. What was he saying? No, I mean it's a 1, 2, 3. It's a normal 3 wide receiver. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing. All right. So in this case, I have to roll with. I need two wide receivers that are not week 10, not week 8. Bye week. Michael Wilson's 8. That sucks. Calvin Austin's 5. Yoshi Voss is 10. What did I say? Bye week 8 and 10. I can take 10 and just make sure. It'll be a rough week if there's any injuries. I'm going to cue Yoshi Voss in case I time out. Not wise.
Calvin Austin goes with Rodgers too. He just is a little extra. Stack him.
Why not? Why not Quentin Johnson? Why not?
I've never been a fan of Quentin Johnson, Mo.
I didn't ask you if you were a fan. I'm just saying why not.
Yeah, well, that's why. That's why not.
And Trey Harris is going to be ahead of him now.
But you're not the lowest fan of.
I like Austin a little bit. All right, so I've got. Technically speaking, during bye week 10, I have Hunter, Deontay Thornton, Calvin Austin, but I have to concern myself with maybe Thornton isn't getting what we want right away and all that stuff. But I think by these bye week time frames he will. But I still want to draft this last wide receiver spot smartly.
Yeah.
I hope Aaron Rodgers is still line up in week 10 though. That's going to be my only concern. I don't mind this.
I think he will be. It'll have to be a disaster.
Disaster.
Now, the Poodle, though, is a weird one. Because the okay, never mind. Never mind, it's the same. I thought the never mind. Yeah, it's just like a Best Bowl Mania. Everything's the same on it. The prize is $40K to first place. Yeah, you know what? I think this is kind of another lesson of I can't have the phone line talking when I do decide to go 3 QBs like that early. I need to pay attention to the bye week because that's the second time. It's a great plan. I'm not going to give up on the plan. I just need to focus a little more when you can't make a single bye week mistake when you're drafting 3 monster quarterbacks, and then you go an extra RB. You go 6 RBs instead of 5, and you're going 3 quarterbacks. You can't even have a moment of mishap, or you're done. But I think
make up a cheat sheet with the bye weeks written out. So you can look at it.
I think we'll be okay here.
Such a solid point.
Thanks, Bill.
Aaron Rodgers will suffice that 1 week, in my opinion.
Who else is on the phone line right now?
Big T.
It's okay that I timed out on Yoshi Voss, but I couldn't find. I got sniped on a couple receivers, and then
I'm on the phone line, Travis.
Who is that on the phone line? Who is it?
It's Theo.
Theo, okay.
Hey, Travis.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Bill Tickler and Theo.
So Yoshi is bye week 10.
Is Theo Ruck out? That's not like Ruck out.
Yeah, Yoshi's bye week 10, but when I have bye week 10 going on, I've still got 3 other wide receivers, but it's just gonna be it's cutting it like if I have an injury, it'll be a little dangerous. All right, everybody, jump into I'm going to the lobby right now. Jump into let's do an eliminator. Eliminator, $10 entry. I'm hovering over the button right now. I have not pressed it yet, so We're going to click it right now in 5, 4. Here's the link if anybody wants to get in on this. Hit the green button, go. All right, go ahead, Theo.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if a trade like sending Brian Robinson a 26 second and Jack Besh is easily a smash for getting Igbokwe for that.
Say it again.
So I have an offer on the table right now, and I think it's a smash, but I was just trying to ask you about it first. So I got offered Igbokwe for a 26 second, Jack Besh, and Brian Robinson in a 12-team Superflex league. And I'm pretty sure it's easily a smash, but I was just wondering what you would think about it.
I'm just afraid it's going to get vetoed. I mean, of course it's a smash. Bro.
I'd smash that.
I mean, this is I've already told you, I think he's a top 12 wide. First of all, Theo, this happens every time. You call in, everybody, this happens with the other guy from Atlanta or whatever. Calls in, argues with me, tells me how wrong I am and how this and that, and I have to hang up on you because you're literally not speaking or thinking clearly about Igbokwe. Then the next call you call in and you're like, I'm trying to get Igbokwe, as if the other incident didn't even happen. I mean, kudos for going after him, but yes, bro, this is, you clearly still don't give Igbokwe the respect he deserves. This is the worst trade I've ever seen. This is an awful trade.
I told you I have a lot of Igbokwe, but I also told you that I didn't agree with your previous ranking, but I mean, I'm still definitely open to it. So
right.
I do think it's a smash for the Igbokwe side.
I mean, bro, it's more than wondering. I'm worried about it getting vetoed. I'm worried about even if you don't have vetoes in your league, they open up the conversation of we need vetoes in this league. That's how bad this trade is. A second rounder, Besh and Brian Robinson Jr. for a potential.
They won't though because they undervalue Igbokwe, and then
maybe
you can sell that. B-Rob is a starting running back, so you can sell it that way too.
Yeah, maybe.
So if I'm in like a ton of dynasty leagues, should I just buy Igbokwe in every single one of them?
At this cost, it's basically you're getting kicked in the sack by not taking this. So it's up to you if you enjoy that kind of thing. But this is literally a no-brainer. Doesn't matter if you're oversaturated with Igbokwe shares. This is free. He's trying to give you Igbokwe. He's trying to pay you to take Igbokwe. So it doesn't really matter in this particular case. I mean, being oversaturated on a player isn't that bad when we're talking about the price tag being super low. Like, I keep drafting Harvey in round 5, 6 or Mahomes in 6, 7, and I don't care. If it misses, I'm not going to lose all these leagues because of it. I just won't have that advantage that I believe I'm going to have. You know.
All right, well, I appreciate you, Smitty, so
all right.
I'll definitely accept it, and I'll see you later.
All right, bro. Appreciate you later. Big T, you're live. We'll go Bucky here. Get. Hold on, Big T. Hold on, Big T.
Get buckied. Buckied.
I told Sick Nasty I was gonna do the Bucky bath, and I forgot last night. Go ahead, Big T.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about a player. I know recently the channel's been having some content on, who's the next Brian Thomas or who's the next Bucky. I wanted to throw out who I think could be the next Ladd McConkey. Specifically, I'm talking about Matthew Golden. Now, I know you don't like Matthew Golden as a prospect as much as the other wide receivers in this class, but I feel like the comparison of Matthew Golden to Ladd McConkey holds up for 3 specific reasons. The first reason is obviously the college statistics, right?
That neither one did much in college. is that
right? Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
that's not a good comparison. It's very rare. It's a rarity.
Right, but just hear me out. So the Ladd McConkey, he had 500 yards freshman season, 900 yards sophomore season, and then 500, 600 yards going into the NFL draft.
No 1,000 yards.
And,
right.
you know, yeah. And so just the thing with Matthew Golden was his 2 years in Houston, he had around 500, 600 yards, and then he explodes with Texas the year that he gets drafted. So, in my opinion, if anything, Matthew Golden at least had a better profile than McConkey coming into the drafts, just from a pure statistical standpoint. The thing that really drives me to like think that Matthew Golden could be the next McConkey this season is the draft capital, of course, and the draft capital that Green Bay put into him as being the first wide receiver in 25 years that they drafted in the first round. But not just the first wide receiver that they drafted in the first round.
Real quickly, because you're long-winded with this, so let me just have some moments to kind of interject. Number one, you haven't said anything that's sold me on. Let's pretend I know nothing about football, and you're like, hey, let me tell you real quick. Been in a coma. This guy, he didn't produce in college. Very similar to Ladd McConkey. They have very similar not producing stat lines. It's very, 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 very parallel. Number two, the Green Bay Packers, who have effed up drafts after drafts after drafts and have never drafted a wide receiver, don't even have experience drafting a first-round wide receiver. This is like telling someone to go shopping for clothes that's never shopped for clothes and sizes and knows anything about shopping. This is the team that goes shopping to purchase a wide receiver in round one for the first time, and you expect them to make the right decision? Like, none of those things you said so far have been selling points at all. Not to mention that Golden, and I'll let you go after this, Golden is probably one of the worst profiles for a first-round wide receiver we've seen in years. He does not deserve to be in round one. Only his speed put him there. That's it. I mean, he doesn't have much to bring to the table. And while Ladd McConkey didn't have big yards as well, his footwork, everything coming out of the combine screamed that this kid might translate in a way that, his yards and stats don't say it. Golden didn't really have that. When you watch Golden on film, his counterpart, Isaiah Bond, who's not on an NFL team because of the off the field situation, but he looked better on film to me than Golden, and I said that before the draft. But go ahead, keep going, and you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. So, and you're entitled to yours too. And even if I can't change your mind, at least like putting in your mind is like, nice. So the thing with the draft capital that really stood out to me is like, yes, I mean, they're a professional sports team. Like I would assume that hopefully they know how to draft a wide receiver. But the biggest thing is that they drafted this kid in front of their home fans. If they're putting that kind of stock into this kid,
hold on, Big T. Big T, you're using some of the no offense, but the most non-logical logic I've ever heard in my life to be supportive of a player doing well at the NFL level. One, he had the same low stats as Ladd McConkey. They equally didn't do much in college. That's not a positive, bro. But because it equals what Ladd did, it has to make sense, right? Round peg, square hole, it'll be okay. Then you say that the Green Bay Packers drafted him for a wide receiver for the first time since many people were alive watching this show. And that's supposed to tell you something from a team that doesn't know how to draft wide receivers. They finally did it. Are they going to screw it up? Probably. You're probably not going to land your first attempt at this if you've never done it. Number two, because they drafted him in front of their fans, that's going to make... You're making me like him less, bro. You've given me 3 horrible examples. You called in as if you had some sort of game plan for this. These are the 3 worst things I've ever heard in support of a player being good at the next level. Am I wrong, chat?
Just hear me out. Hear me out. The reason I think he will be good in fantasy, Smitty, specifically, is because the reason I bring up the fact that they drafted him in front of their fans is that they're promising their fans right then and there that they're going to feed this kid. They took this wide receiver for the first time in 25 years in the first round in front of their home fans. That is promising to those fans, hey, go out there and buy his jersey. We're going to feed this kid. Bro, they don't have anyone on that team that has hands.
Bro, you're wild today.
Romeo Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs is like Joshua Palmer, like a maybe even a worse version of Joshua Palmer.
Bro, are
Christian
you hearing
Watson
yourself? Bro, are you here? Like, seriously, how many shares are you deep into Matthew Golden? How bad is it? Just hit me with the brute truth. How bad is it?
I literally have him in one league. I
No.
have him in one league.
I don't
But you love Emeka Egbuka and you have him in a bunch
Bro,
of
I
leagues.
can give you
Smitty.
reasons
I mean,
why. I can give you reasons why Egbuka's going to be a star. You can't give me. You've given me reasons why he's not going to be a star. Every point you've given me has made him look less attractive. The team that doesn't know how to draft wide receivers finally did. They drafted him in front of their fans, so no matter what, they're going to start him, even if he sucks. That's a horrible. You shouldn't even think like that. If this guy is bad, you don't give him any work. Like, you're telling me we're going to force it because we promised the fans. Number one, Jaden Reed went into his coach's office.
It's about the whole thing with fantasy, Smitty, is projection, right? I mean, you're projecting all these kids, all these rookies, and I'm only comparing him to Ladd McConkey. I'm not comparing him to like Marvin Harrison or Malik
you
Neighbors
shouldn't be comparing him to Ladd McConkey. There's nothing to compare. You're giving me some of the wildest stuff because they both had low stat totals. That's stop trying to put them together because of that. That's crazy.
You know I'm putting them together for that though, Smitty. Like it's because they both had like bad statistical profiles coming into the draft. That's the only reason why I said like there's a potential of him being the next Ladd McConkey. That's it. Okay. But the biggest thing with him is that he had a terrible quarterback at Texas. Quinn Ewers he could not hit the broadside of a barn at times. And Matthew Golden made him look so good at some points, and he was frying the best defense in the nation. You can't in the biggest spotlight.
You can't impress too much when you're literally. Hold on one second. God, you guys are snipers, man. Just unbelievable. Debo was like 15 picks down, bro. Maybe 12. I guess I got to take a shot on Olave here. JJ and Olave. Olave's not horrible here. The talent's obviously there. The concussions are a huge concern. The situation blows. And I normally don't draft Saints, but round 6, Debo going 17, no, more like 12, 15 picks too early because we're in Snipe City. Debo would have been perfect with JJ right here. But yeah, anyway, go ahead, Big T. Keep rambling. Or let Travis. Travis has been dying to speak. Rambling. Yeah, you are rambling, Big T. The whole chat agrees. You've given zero evidence as to why. You haven't said anything about his talent, his footwork. You just been talking about how the fans were promised this.
I was getting to that. I was getting to that.
Hold on.
His talent so far. There has been good reports coming out of camp about Matthew Golden and his rapport with Jordan Love so far. That's, you take that in stride and just see what that comes out to. But I did believe in his route running. I believed in his release in college. His release looked really good, and it seems like it's converting in training camp. So if he
had not run the 40 that he ran, he would not have been drafted anywhere remotely near round 1. That's it. That's the only thing. Everybody fell victim to a fast 40 time. That's what this is. Ladd McConkey was great before he went to the combine. The combine cemented in what Ladd McConkey is. Golden was born at the combine. There was no Matthew Golden talk really at all. There was just this guy's fast, right? Isaiah Bond was a better player. I'm just being real with you. That's how I feel. Real quickly, my team so far: Joe Burrow, Bucky, Omarion Hampton, JJ, Olave, McBride. Not bad. Really wanted Debo, but got sniped there hardcore. Taylor,
I see people calling me a homer. I'm a Falcons fan, man. I don't like the Packers at all.
I don't know.
I'm curious, Travis. What do you have to say about it, man? I know you've been trying to say something.
I agree with Smitty that if he ran a 4.4, no one would have been talking in the first round. And I actually think his situation is a lot closer to Henry Ruggs than it is Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
Ladd McConkey was known already for his footwork, his extreme quickness. He was going to be able to get open. Ladd's big thing was he just, got banged up a lot in college. He had some injury questions coming into the NFL a little bit. Where, Henry Ruggs is just a burner, and like idiots, Vegas took him, I think it was like 12th overall, and, so higher than Golden was, but it was a typical, typical speed got him into the first round type of thing. And if you look at it, Ruggs didn't have much any good stats in college either. So I would actually compare him more to a Ruggs than a Ladd.
The only two players that feel capable of kind of you overlook that. Number one is, I think Thornton's another player that did not have a big resume in college, and it is a red flag of sorts, but it doesn't mean that they can't overcome it. Ladd overcame it. But you have to come in with a very special skill set and a combination of skill sets. You might like how Matthew Golden looks right now in practice, and Jordan Love is in shorts. They're connecting very well on the field, and I get all that. Like, you're hearing positive things now, but walking into the draft, there was speed, and that was it. I'm not saying he wasn't good enough to be an NFL player. Like, these are all the best players in the country that make it into the NFL. But he was not special, and he nowhere near deserved first-round draft capital. His 40 time put him there. At least, like, Thornton's got 6'5" size and moves like a gazelle on the field and looks phenomenal and runs a 4.3. Like, there's a lot of reasons to like him. Golden, I didn't like much at all. I liked Isaiah Bond's film a lot better. A lot better.
That's fair. I mean, that's just a difference in opinion in the film at that point. Like, I do believe that Matthew Golden has short to intermediate way better route running capabilities than Henry Ruggs, just being a speedster. And if anything, Matthew Golden's speed doesn't even show up that much in game. Like, people were very surprised at his speed,
which is a negative. There's a lot of
then that's fine. But that's the thing is, like, he had success. Even though, it's just nice to know that there is a 4.29 in there, if that makes sense.
Maybe.
So but the thing with Matthew Golden, like, they just don't, like, everyone talks about how crowded the Green Bay wide receiver room is, and like, oh, they don't want to pick someone. It's because they're all bad. They're all garbage. Like, none of them have hands. And then, like, there's always talks about how the Green Bay Packers didn't have any wide receivers that could catch, and they finally got someone who has a reliable set of hands and who Jordan Love I feel like is going to feed.
Well, it definitely helps that Watson is hurt and won't be playing at all this year, I don't think, because whatever
Duke's contract situation is not great either.
Yeah, whenever Watson was on the field healthy, he was a wide receiver one. It was just he can't stay on the field. So, in terms of Golden, that will help his case. As for Reed, like, I think Reed is really good. I think he's better than Golden. I think he's probably the best receiver, but like Smitty has pointed out many times, it's like they don't know how to use him. They don't want to use him. I don't know what it is or why they don't.
Well, Reed walked in. I was trying to make this point earlier. Reed walked in to the coach's office and said, "Hey, what's this with you drafting Matthew Golden?" And Bill hung up. I don't know if Bill ran out of cell phone power or if he passed out and dropped the phone. But Bill has hung up the phone. Real quickly, let me grab Charbonnet here. Sorry, whoever is Walker. He walked into his coach's office and he said, and you can't blame him. He's the number one on the team. He's been misused for years. And then all of a sudden they draft a wide receiver. And then on top of drafting a wide receiver, they make a big spectacle about it, as you're alluding to. Like, we finally did it. I know we needed to do it. Everybody can get excited. We finally got a number one. And Reed's sitting here going, Jaden Reed's going, I'm the number one. What the hell is this? Do I need to request a trade? Because I can't even get the ball as it is. And so he walked into his coach's office and he says, what's up with this? And his coach said, don't worry, you are our number one wide receiver. And you will be. You'll remain our number one wide receiver. So, you could say what you want about Golden. I'm going to move on from this topic because we're just wasting so much time on Matthew Golden, a player I'm not even. I get where you're coming from. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And not to mention, I always leave the open possibility that any player, no matter how much, it could be Caleb Williams, any player has the capability of having some part of their game unlocked that's been trapped in a box and never released yet. Bucky's a perfect example because Bucky was good, but Bucky became something else once he stepped on an NFL field. And it was not something that was necessarily evident and right in front of your face. He grew in a way that he couldn't have grown had he not stepped on the NFL field with the right coaching, with the right everything. It just came in and just evolved. So could that happen with Matthew Golden? Yes, but there's a lot of red flags, not including or not limited to, but definitely including Jordan Love. And Jordan Love's inability to laser lock on one player because Reed was right in front of him all year and he didn't do it. And I don't want to hear anybody blame it on Reed. Reed's a great player. I really like Reed. I think it was a travesty.
I do like Reed as well. But I think it could be a situation where they can both thrive. But
maybe.
Yeah. Good debate, though.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it, Smitty.
All right, we'll see you later. Damn it! Timed out again. Shaheed could be worse. Could be worse because, at the end of the day, I have the wide receiver in New Orleans that'll probably, that could be okay. Shaheed and Godwin, and Olave. Shaheed and Olave together. It's actually not a bad idea. I thought about it, but yeah. I thought about it. I even had him queued. No, I didn't have him queued, actually. I was going to queue him, and he just happened to be at the top. So that worked out pretty well, actually. This is an eliminator. So bye weeks are going to be really critical. So Burrow, only Burrow right now. Bucky, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, and Zach Charbonnet, all of which have different bye weeks. JJ, Olave, Egbuka, and Shaheed all have different bye weeks, but I'm saying that including the New Orleans guys together. And I got Trey McBride. So right now I'm doing pretty good on bye weeks. And I'm actually excited I timed out on Shaheed. I think that might work out well. Because I kind of have a risky wide receiver room because of Olave. But I think that kind of solves my problem.
Yeah. No, I like that wide receiver room. Yeah.
Who's on the phone line here? We got Bill hung up and passed out. Klondike, you're live. Go ahead. I might cut you off, Klondike, just because I need to focus here. This is an eliminator, so I can't screw up bye weeks. And I know,
okay.
I get a little heat once in a while when someone says, Smitty, you time out a lot, or oh, what a bad draft you had last night when you timed out. Like you do this professionally, haha. You suck at this. It's like, number one, running a live stream while you're drafting is hard enough. Having an open phone line while I'm running a live stream with no producer, sidekick, nothing, while I'm handling super chats, while I'm handling everything, you tell me. One time I handed my phone to a guy that was at two guys that came to a meet and greet live stream that I did. Hold on 1 second. Let me make this pick. Mark Andrews. I don't have a tight end yet. No, I have McBride. You know what? I'm going to go Mark Andrews here. Just because I'm already dominating the tight end position, but I want to have. Oh, here's Bill again. Jeez, Bill. All right, hey, Bill. I might have messed up on merging Bill. Bill, try back again. Team so far, McBride and Andrews. I just drafted Andrews. I've got JJ, Olave cuffed with Shaheed, and then I have Egbuka. And then I've got Bucky, Hampton, Caleb, and Zach Charbonnet and Joe Burrow. Go ahead, or Bill, mute yourself real quickly. Klondike, you're live.
I was just trying to join, the Matthew Golden debate. Obviously, I caught it a little too late. But, I mean, I agree with both sides to, a degree. I'm a Packers fan, so obviously I'm going to side with the optimistic point of view of Matthew Golden. But since you said that you wanted to not continue that topic,
go ahead. You got a minute. Let me give you a minute to discuss whatever you want, but just keep it fast. I don't want to talk about Golden all night long. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We could just dismiss that. And okay. I just wanted to ask, I mean, you know me, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm just going to ruffle your hater Packer feathers.
They're not hater feathers, by the way. This is, you got to understand. No, but really, and I know you're partially just joking, but for anybody that thinks that I bring I know I say this a lot. I know some of you don't believe me. I bring so much. I don't bring bias to the table like most people. I'm not saying I don't have some bias involved, but I literally change directions at the drop of a hat on players I promote like no other. I don't care. My job's not to stick to my guns. It's to tell you how I feel. And when I had everybody tell me how I was so sticking to my guns on Caleb Williams, how I was going to be wrong, I hear that all the time. I was a big Jordan Love advocate. I was telling people to pick him up. The year he had a great season, we cleaned up on the Jordan Love express train. I mean, we really did.
Yes, we did.
So, like, to say, or when I rip on Niner players all the time, I get this a lot. People are like, "Oh my God, you're such a Niner hater." I'm not a Niner hater. We talk up Niner players all the time. Garendo, Mason. Now we've got and now we got Garendo and Jordan James, and I talk up Deebo Samuel like no other. I'm constantly talking good about Niner players. So anyway, just to say, ruffle my Niner or my Green Bay Packer hater feathers. And I know you're kind of joking, but just for people watching, there's a reason I don't love the Packers right now. I don't know what to make of Jordan Love or this team. And I don't think they're good decision makers when it comes to drafting wide receivers because they've never done it.
Okay, that one I had to kind of push back on, but it almost is the reason why I called it in the first place. Like, yes, we haven't drafted a first rounder since, 2002? But we have plenty of hits in the second round on wide receivers. Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Greg Jennings, like, we hit often. And I say we because I have stock in the Green Bay Packers, right? I'm a stock owner. I just got my, 4 tickets to this meeting in the mail yesterday. So it's like I say we. So, I mean, they do hit on wide receivers. Have they missed them?
But do they hit on wide receivers, or did Aaron Rodgers create them? The chicken or the egg?
I mean, that's a great thing to say because Greg Jennings didn't do that great outside of Green Bay. Randall, not really. And Jordan, he was at the tail end of his career. Jordy. I will always be a Jordy fanboy.
Because Aaron Rodgers never missed on creating one. Never missed. No matter who his number one wide receiver was, he created them. Yeah. And I'm not saying Devontae Adams wouldn't have become.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I'm not going to say Devontae Adams wouldn't have become a good or even near great player, but I almost guarantee you, and there's no way we'll know, Devontae Adams would have not become as big of a player as he became without Aaron Rodgers. So, in Christian Watson, how good did he look? With Aaron Rodgers, and how did he fall apart? I just don't know. You have not had a wide receiver play well since Aaron Rodgers left. So Aaron Rodgers is why you hit on receivers. So I'm going to push back on your pushback and triple stamp your double stamp and just say I don't think the Green Bay Packers do draft good wide receivers. Without Aaron Rodgers, you don't have any.
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true.
I think you should take that to the board meeting. I think you should take this. I mean, you're part owner. Take it to the board meeting and say, Smitty said we need to go trade for a wide receiver because we can't draft him anymore. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Go ahead.
Next stock sale, I'm gonna make you a part owner too.
Okay.
How about that?
You don't want me in those meetings, bro.
But
I was a stir. Rick, we need to trade
anyway,
everyone.
So,
Who is this guy? I'm a part owner, damn it. We need to trade everyone.
yeah.
Go ahead.
We vote on the board of directors each year. So when it comes to the receiver thing, Romeo Dobbs has had his stint, right? When it comes to like having good hands, like yes, did we lead the league in like drops last year? We did. And you are a fan of Jaden Reed. I've always appreciated that, and he did well.
No, he didn't.
Is it more?
He didn't do well.
His first year he did,
Well,
not last year.
But they haven't used him properly, bro. Jordan Love doesn't know how to throw.
That's what my point was. Is it actually Jordan, or does it have anything to do with coaching?
I think it's a combo, but I think Jordan Love does not know how to make elite players. I think Jordan Love is part of the problem. And I look at Jordan Love and I look at Stroud, and I think these are two players that I don't know what to make anymore. I look at
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying that Jordan Love's a bust necessarily. Look at Kyler Murray. Is Kyler Murray ever going to take the Cardinals to a Super Bowl? Probably not. But is it easy to replace him and get a better quarterback? No, it is not. Can Jordan Love take you to a Super Bowl? I hate to break it to you, but my answer is going to be 100% no. Do I think that you can replace him easily in this league? No. He's still starter capable. He's still good enough to say, is anybody better over there? No. Anybody better over there? Quarterbacks don't just grow on trees. So yeah, I don't think he's a bust, but I don't think he's the guy that's gonna. I think you guys are gonna have a little bit of a lull before you start winning championships again, and it's not gonna be at the hands of Jordan Love. That's just my opinion. I know you don't want to hear that as a part owner of the team. How many anybody that's a season ticket holder is an owner? Is that how it works? How much of a
no? Those are two separate things. When it like a season ticket holder, there's like a 35-year wait list for season tickets for the Green Bay Packers.
Great, that's
People
awesome.
have kids and they just put they put them on the wait list, and then
I will say,
like adults.
Completely envious of your fan base. You have the best, I think, fans or setup known to man. You know that there's the owners are the people that live there, and the fact that like you got just the weather, people live literally on the property. It's like I'm jealous.
Yeah.
It's such the fact that the season tickets are so hard to come by, and that people live it. That's just awesome. I love it. I'm jealous.
Well,
Cardinal fans are just as fair weather as can be.
Yeah.
I'm about to time out.
And
all right, timed out on your boy Romeo Dobbs.
hey, he has good hands.
You know who has bad hands is Wicks. Wicks' route tree and all of his metrics look amazing, except for the ball's not in his hands when he's done with the route. Wicks is an unbelievable talent. Yeah, top 5 wide receiver if he could catch, 100%. Like that guy doesn't know how to catch the football. I can catch the football better than him. How many picks do I have left?
You know who couldn't catch the football in year 2? Devontae Adams. He had a terrible year in his second year.
Yeah.
And
no, he developed.
He came back from that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Aaron Rodgers. Look, I can't tell you whenever I say this how many people say I'm wrong. When I say Adams wouldn't have been the player he is today if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, and it doesn't go 5 seconds before somebody types, and it's not true. Adams would have been the best no matter what. Not true. Not true. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Donald Driver. You think Aaron Rodgers just had. This is why I laughed at your thing when you said the Packers are amazing at drafting wide receivers. No, no offense. You were amazing at developing wide receivers because of Aaron Rodgers every single year. And Brett Favre, but every single year, those wide receivers just happen to be sitting there and doing that well. I don't think so. This was an Aaron Rodgers situation. Real quickly, let me just.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. Oh man. Got to timeout again, aren't I? All right, I got to make this reach here because I don't want to time out. And it's 3 picks left anyway, so not a big deal. My running back stable, 2 bye week 12s, a bye week 9, a bye week 5, a bye week 8. Should be good. Quarterbacks 10 and 5. This is an eliminator, so I have to be careful. It's 1 versus 1 after the first week. JJ, Olave, Igbuka, Shaheed. So Olave and Shaheed bye week 11. JJ 6. Igbuka is 9. McMillan's 9. Romeo Dobbs 5. That's not bad. My tight ends are 8, 7, 7 because I got Likely and Andrews and the McBride. So I need a quarterback and I need probably, I think I'm good at RB. I need a quarterback and I need a wide receiver. All right, go ahead. Klondike, one more thing and then I got to bump you off the phone line and go through the phone line.
Okay, so I have a separate question. I'm trying to shop Saquon in 10 team. I know you're not a fan of those, but it's my home league.
That's okay, I have a 10-man league. I drafted. I think my Smitty's work league is a 10-man league. It's fine. We call them grandma leagues, but it's not disparaging that you do it. It's that when you're in a grandma league, you have a big grin on your face. When I say in a grandma league, you can get this. I don't want anybody to think I don't want you playing and dominating grandma leagues. That is one of the pure joys of fantasy.
Everyone does it.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a grandma league, bro. When I'm offered a grandma league to play in, like a family league or something, I love playing in them, bro. All right, go ahead. What's your question? And then I got to bump you off.
Yeah. So I'm trying to shop Saquon, and I have a pretty stacked team, obviously. And so I was thinking about Drake London and the 105 for Barkley. Do you think
Drake London in the 105? So this is a dynasty, you said? Drake London?
Yeah. Dynasty, half PPR.
London and the 105 for Saquon. That's it?
Yeah, I'm kind of short on wide receivers, so I'm thinking that I want a high pick for Barkley, which is the 105. I'm not quite sure what I would get
Let me
at that
save your
point.
breath. Let me save your breath. I would do it straight up for Drake London. I would maybe do it straight up for the 1.05. You're blasting this guy into oblivion with this trade. Saquon Barkley is so hard to trade in Dynasty. This is one of the easiest yeses I've given all week. Smash, bro. Like, just absolute annihilation. You get RJ Harvey almost guaranteed there. Harvey in London for Barkley in a Dynasty? Absolutely.
Well, we haven't drafted yet, so.
I know, but you're getting Harvey at 1.5. I mean, geez.
Oh, you thinking? Okay, I dig that.
Yeah, and if not, you're getting Hampton.
You get one of the other studs.
Yeah, Hendy, Hampton, or Hunter. You're guaranteed a smash the hell out of that trade. Matt Huff says, "Hell no, bro. Bro, what world are you living in?" And this is about where Matt goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't play in dynasty leagues. I didn't know it was a dynasty league." Matt, that's got to be your next answer. What are you talking about? All right, I need a wide receiver real quickly. We've got 6, 11, 9, 11, 9, 5. So no 11 and 9. Geez, I'm going to time out. I might as well just go Calvin Austin again. So I got a 5, a 5, a 9, a 9, 11, 11, and a 6. It'll work out. That's fine. That's fine for the wide receiver room. Pretty good team. I'm not going to sit here and say it's my favorite that I've ever drafted. It's hard to draft. Every once in a while, I draft a team that I feel like is my favorite ever when I'm drafting with you guys. But you guys are tough drafters. There's a lot of snipage going on when we draft together, so it's not the easiest thing to pull off. But the squad is Burrow, Penix Jr., and Jalen Milroe. It's an eliminator, so I need to make sure I'm good on bye weeks. Bucky Irving, Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Charbonnet, and JCM, Little Bill. Like Bill the Tickler on the phone line right now. JJ, Olave, Igbuka, Shaheed cuffed to Olave, McMillan cuffed to Egbuka, Romeo Dobbs I timed out on, Calvin Austin, and then Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely. I've got easily the best tight end room. No doubt about it. Now will help me get through week number 1 where 6 people get eliminated and 6 people move on to the 1v1 setup the entire way in the eliminator. So I think having Joe Burrow, Bucky, JJ, and then that tight end room, I'm probably fine inside that top 6, I imagine. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out. Pretty good team, though. All right, got to go, my boy. We'll see you later. Thank you for the questions. Did I answer your last question? Yes, the trade. Smash the trade. All right, we'll see you later, bro.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
All right, later. That was Klondike.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Rock Out. Rock Out, you are live. What can I do for you? What do you hear? What do you say?
Can I give you my bad team?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. All right, quarterback Prescott, Stafford, Sanders, running back Genty, Achan, Harvey, Henderson, Truden, Bigsby, timed out on Chubb, a wide receiver Evans, DK, Mbuka, Mooney, Kyle Williams, and then Mark Andrews and Yoshi Bot.
I like it, bro. I like it a lot. And real quickly, Matt, did did Matt explain himself, Travis, on the hell no on the Barkley trade? This trade right here. Matt, what are you thinking?
I'm in Dynasty, Smitty.
I don't think you are, Matt. I don't think you are. This guy.
I love Barkley. He's a monster.
I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I'm kind of thinking you might be in a keeper league and you think it's Dynasty. I don't know.
Now is the time to move.
I mean,
Barkley, if you can get a stud for him.
This is the best return I've ever seen for Barkley this year.
Yes, sir, Smitty, is what he said.
I mean, Travis, you would have killed to get an extra Drake London in the trade you did. You got Henderson and some stuff or whatever. Imagine, what about Drake London too? Okay, I'll do that deal right now.
Yeah.
I would take Drake London over Barkley alone, straight up in a dynasty.
Yeah, remember, I was doing a trade with Ron, and I knew I was overpaying to move off because I wanted to move off him. Basically, I gave up a first rounder next year, which was more than I should have.
Yeah, Travis.
I gave up Barkley, Devonta Smith, Aaron Jones in the first, and I got back Hendy, Penix, Mooney, and Stevenson.
Yeah, it was the chat like it in general, but Hendy could be.
It was an overpay, but it could easily work out for me then.
Yeah, the thing that you got to think about too, though, is if you don't act on trading Barkley now, Barkley and Christian McCaffrey are in the exact same shoes. Last year, when everybody thought I was crazy for trading CMC for, what was it again? Achan and DK, I think. I traded CMC for Achan and DK. Yeah. And Christian McCaffrey came off one of the best years a running back could ever have and walked into last year as a total avoid for me, and he fell off the face of the earth. And the same thing could happen. Not saying it will for sure. Not saying it'll happen in week 1. Not saying we're going to get a calf injury like in the case of Christian McCaffrey and then you just never see him. But this 430 carries from last year is a problem. Madden curse. You can laugh at that all you want, but there's a little bit of reasoning behind that. And it's that usually the person that cracks the Madden cover overperforms and gets so overused they're in the spotlight because of how much work they got. That's kind of part of why. I'm just telling you how it is. And then on top of that, they're either going to run more because they lost their offensive coordinator and they're going to break them, or they're going to run less because they're going to try and pass. That was the word today on the news, that they're going to try and balance out the attack more, not run as much, pass a lot more with the new offensive coordinator. who knows how it's going to work out. But Saquon Barkley was overworked to an extreme degree. So the fact is he could get injured next year in week 10. And then you never ever can trade him again. If that happens. If he suffers a catastrophic injury.
And it's nearly impossible to even come close to the previous season when you have that 371 plus carries. But on top of that statement they put up today, like you had talked about earlier, that either tells me that they're going to ease up on him, which, like you said, might mean he's not in the and getting in the end zone quite as much. Might not be getting as much work. Or if it's not working, they're just going to turn and run him like crazy, which is detrimental to his health.
But Matt, my question for Matt is this. Matt, how you say you play Dynasty, and I'm not trying to go at your Dynasty knowledge, but I'm just saying, is this fandom saying that you wouldn't, you didn't say no, you said hell no to this trade? I'm just trying to get at why you would even remotely feel that way. This is such a haul for Barkley, bro. This is such a haul. I would love to know why you feel that way. Just because I'm trying to get into the mind of somebody that would turn down Drake London at a 1.5 for Barkley.
Yeah, I think he might. And I'm not putting words in your mouth, Matt, but I find a lot of people that react like Matt does. They have no qualms about it that Barkley isn't going to miss a step next year. There's just no possible way he's going to miss a step.
Even if he didn't, though, remember what he said recently, that when he retires, it's going to be shocking as to when. He's going to do it in a way that no one expects it, which means that it's probably I'm going to retire sooner than people think. Look, I'm just telling you. And then he clarified it later, and everyone's wanting to use that clarification. But he said what he said. You know, if someone said, "Are you sure you're going to retire soon?" And it's like he's tired of hearing it. So he's like, "No, I'm not retiring anytime soon. Stop asking me." You know, but he opened that door. And if you're not worried about that comment alone, mixed with when he tore his ACL, I remember when I was building the studio and I was in the kitchen in the corner with a white wall. This is before Travis or anybody that some of you were even watching the channel. And I remember I was sitting there. It was, I think, week 2. Saquon Barkley tore his ACL, and he wasn't even in the top 10 dynasty running backs. He wasn't even in the top 12 or 14 dynasty running backs for anybody. He was written off. Like, he'll never return, or I don't know, I'm not waiting on him. You know, running backs have a short shelf life. Like, that was a while ago. That was 2018, 2019, something like that. I mean, we're talking about that being, it's 2025. We're talking about five plus years ago, roughly. So, I you know, he's exciting, but one major injury, and you're not getting rid of him for even the 1.5, let alone Drake London, the 1.5. I think this is one of the biggest smashes in
This is the reasoning we get too from this group of people is Barkley jumps over defenders backwards. Yeah, give me that. All right.
Is that what? Yeah. That's
not getting convinced.
And by the way, Togo, if you're wondering if Travis timed you out for talking a bunch of smack, I timed you out, not Travis. Just so you know, Travis had nothing to do with that. Travis didn't time you out at all. I don't know if you're even out there right now, but you know, you're kind of wild in the chat tonight. So I put you in a little timeout. So maybe clean that up.
Big T actually found the stat. It's a really good stat too. Since 1990, 24 running backs have had over 400 plus touches. 17 out of 24 dropped 25% in production or had a season-ending injury. The other 7 dropped 15 to 24%. So, I mean, it's like those numbers don't lie.
Yeah, and there's also there's also some worse stats than that. I'll try and cook it up, but basically the 371 carry curse truly ends more careers than it doesn't. Not to mention makes for a bad, next season, following season. But it's a career ender more than it's not. From like DeMarco Murray to a whole bunch of other running backs. Now, Derrick Henry's in a fortunate and unfortunate thing because it makes people think that the landscape's completely changed. Now a running back can just go until the end of time. And it's not the way it's going to be. 29 has become the new 28. I think it depends because, and I think the reason for that is because a lot of these running backs have offloaded their rushing attempts into some passing work, and it's just made their bodies hold up a little longer. We also have a strange situation that we're still dealing with that we can't really see from a close view until we step back and look at it. But the pandemic caused a lot of players to stay in college one more year. And they came out older, and we're even seeing some repercussions from that. You have Bo Nix, who's an older quarterback. Penix Jr. is an older quarterback. You got R.J. Harvey's an older running back. I don't think people have even dived into the data on that and really examined why there's some older players that had to wait before they could enter the league. You had Trey Lance not taking any snaps for years. There's so many things that the pandemic caused that maybe shifted the landscape slightly for RBs being 28, 29 years old. Now, we'll have to see how that plays out because some of those running backs haven't aged out yet. But there's so many crazy things that you could break down statistically to try and explain things. But one thing's for certain, running backs do not play well on average in their 30s unless they had a late start. So you can use Henry all you want, but I wouldn't touch. I think Alvin Kamara is going to break down. I think Henry's going to fall off eventually. You can ride that train one more year if you want. He is an anomaly. Everyone says he's built different. Well, I mean, he is structurally built different, but I believe that we're going to see something happen this year that's going to be a little bit of a setback. Now, he could play maybe one more year and just kind of go down slightly, but there were plenty of times last year where we saw a Henry start to look like he dropped off. It was multiple games in a row. It was literally 3 quarters in multiple games, and in the fourth quarter, the defense was so worn down, which is part of the attraction of Henry's. He wears the defense down and he clobbers you in the fourth quarter. But I'm just saying, like, it took that for us to see him playing well. He had a tough time behind the line of scrimmage, and it's not until you get him in open space, which they did a great job in Baltimore doing this year, getting him into a situation where he could gain some momentum in open space, and then you just can't take him down. But hitting that hole is going to be a lot harder this year than it was last year. It will eventually, in my opinion, at some point this year, look like he's running in mud behind the line of scrimmage. Not out in the open, on the sideline, where he's trucking down the field. He can always do that. As long as he's healthy, he'll always be able to do that because he can gain speed and momentum. But hitting the hole is different. You got milliseconds to make these moves as these elevator doors are closing, these relentless, unforgiving elevator doors in the NFL. You can't just stick your hand in and it opens back up and you run through the A-gap. This is a closing mechanism that smashes you and then you don't get to play ball anymore. That's what the hole closes a lot quicker as these players get older.
People were panicking after week 1 of last year.
Yeah,
sure. He went 15 for 60. Was it 13 for 46? And he looked like that. He wasn't hitting the hole quick, and then after that, they got him into the space and things worked out.
Someone said we need that video of the elevator doors. Well, we have an elevator door video. If I can find, where is that? If I can find that video, I got it here somewhere. Hold on. Alvin Kamara, where are you? You don't want to meet this man in an elevator. It will not end well for you. You want to stay clear of Alvin Kamara anywhere near an elevator. If I can find the dang video. Got so many. Let me see. Where is it at? We need to do a Garrett Wilson video. Garrett Wilson video.
Wilson and Fields.
This is one of the old Moonman list. Jeez, that was pretty good. This is the first Moonman. This is the first Moonman list. Joe Burrow and Hurts was a 6th, 7th rounder. Etienne was phenomenal. Walker was awesome. Breece Hall exploded. CeeDee Lamb was doubted like no other. St. Brown was literally so undervalued. Nobody saw St. Brown coming the way we did. Like this was not even one of those players who was like, oh, he's all over. This was a player that finished the year strong, but it's a very small sample. We came in and said St. Brown's going to the moon.
Yeah, I finished wide receiver 3.
Best couple, most likely to succeed was Swift, and that definitely. Tony Pollard didn't deliver. AJ Brown did. That's a good looking crew. This is the first Moonman list. It was small. We didn't have Mars, Saturn. It was like literally balls to the wall, balls on the line. Here are the boys. But that was
that. Burrow and Hurts, wide receiver, quarterback 3-4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb, number 5.
Actually, pretty.
AJ Brown 6. Wow. CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra 5, 6, 7 at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. That was a good year, bro. That was a really good year. People always say, Smitty, you missed on your. This is a pretty damn good first run at the Moonman list. We crushed it. Yeah. Aldi says Swift, LOL. I mean, look, you can't hit them all. What do you want?
Pollard, RB7.
Yeah, I guess Pollard did do okay then. But just for people,
still with the Cowboys.
Just so people know, though, St. Brown, we called St. Brown. St. Brown was not an obvious call. This is back when he had the bleach blonde hair there, and he came off his, I believe, rookie year with like 3 or 4 good games. I believe that was it. That was a good year. Hold on, what's this right here? What's this?
Take a 2-mile lap, Smitty disapproves of that. Dumb way to drive.
Boy,
do I have exciting news for you.
Opening. All right, hold on. Let me find. I have the Alvin Kamara thing somewhere in here. We got a lot of old stuff we can go through. A lot of oldies.
I like looking back on the old Moonmen and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. It's really hard to find some of this. We got Roy's room. We've gone to that recently.
Vacant room. No one's claimed that room in a while.
Mars, man. I don't know where my damn Alvin Kamara video is. Jeez, I got so many things. This is crazy. There it is. Here it is. Okay. See, someone wanted the elevator doors. I think this is it.
Alvin Kamara, a menace on the field and in casino elevators everywhere.
Run. Don't forget to Kamara that like button.
Alvin Kamara. Don't mean all that for that. I was searching for that the whole time. All right, I got to go, boys. Rock out. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, appreciate you. Bill, are you still awake? Anything else? Any closing remarks? I think Bill passed out.
Yeah, I'm still awake. Yes.
Oh, okay.
No remarks. I'm still awake. Yes, thank you, Smitty. Thanks for including me, and thank
All
you,
right,
Smitty,
Bill.
for providing. Yes.
All right, we'll see you later, Bill. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Smitty.
Travis, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just real quick, I was going to say on the Packers, like, and we've talked about touchdown before. I just went and looked back at the numbers. We might have to start considering them as a team that can't produce a top 15 wide receiver because they don't target him enough. They haven't had a receiver with 100 targets since 2021.
Jordan Love
Last
doesn't
year,
know
the
how.
top target leaders were in the 70s. I mean, Wicks and Reed had 70-something targets.
Yeah, Jordan Love doesn't know how.
Can't physically do it.
I just wonder.
Yeah,
I just wonder if Jordan Love's gonna. He feels like a kind of player, a kind of quarterback that will not be with this team 3 years from now. Maybe 3 years.
Yeah, it's making me rethink him because I liked him a lot, and I was even saying back around the draft that I think he can bounce back. But looking at these numbers, it might just be between him and the way LaFleur wants to run the offense. Might be tough to hit the numbers that you need.
Yeah. Prediction: Caleb Williams and Jordan Love will be on different teams in a handful of years.
Yeah, it could be. Real quick, would you trade the 1.2 and the 1.7 in this year's draft for Garrett Wilson? Someone did that draft trade and was asking what you would think of it.
Absolutely
Who
not.
it was.
Because you're probably getting Igbokwe, and you could get any player, or you get Travis Hunter and Harvey. Travis Hunter and Harvey, or Igbokwe and Panther. I like Garrett Wilson, but no way.
Well,
yeah. Sorry.
All right, Smitty, I appreciate it.
All right, later, bro. I mean, it's
Later,
not.
bud.
Yeah. It's not like you can't recover from that, but no, I'm not doing that. All right, appreciate you all. Thank you to my super chatters. You guys are monsters. Jonathan, John, and Nick, appreciate all three of you. Thank you to my phone callers. Thank you to everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. Don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. $10 a month. I'm going to go over there right now. $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's like a cup of coffee. I'm going to go right in there right now, pulling up the Patreon. You're going to hear me speak what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the general chat and just say, hey, all, any host graveyard show topics? Question mark. Boom. And I got somebody on there. Marcus says, call the HHH and Associates. And Mark's team is Lawrence Penix Jr., H-Han, Brees Hall, Harvey Henderson, Drake London, Travis Hunter, Igbokwe. Love the team, Marcus. Wow. Love the team. I talk about it on the live stream at the end just now. All right, I just told him that. So go over to the Patreon and let's live chat. This is what I do after every show. I go in there right away and start talking with you all amazing people. Our Patreon live chat group is the best live chat group on the planet, if you ask me. And so go subscribe to it. $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Try it out. See if you like it. And don't forget to get on over to my thefantasyfootballshow.com. Let me drop that link as well. This is where your boy drops all of his rankings, bold predictions, trade calculator, everything you can think of right here. Boom. Articles, everything. I've been doing this longer than anything since 2002/2003. I came into the game and said, who has a trade calculator in the business? I'm just a little tyke, right? And I want a trade calculator. I'm a consumer like everybody watching right now. Wanted content. I couldn't find it. So I said, I will do it myself. So I created the first, as far as I can tell, trade calculator in the business. thefantasyfootballshow.com. See you all later. Don't forget to sign up on Underdog using code Smitty. That link is pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done as well. If you want to draft tomorrow night, make sure you smash that dang like button on the way out the door. And again, sign up on Underdog. The link's in the description. The link's in the live chat pinned. Make sure you're signed up so you can draft tomorrow and you don't miss out. See you all tomorrow. Smitty, it's the 1.2 for Wilson and the 1.7. Okay. Give me RJ Harvey and Garrett Wilson. Like if that's what I could get, RJ Harvey and Garrett Wilson. And I think Harvey could fall to 7. That's a good one. That's a lot closer. That's a lot different. See you all later. Casual. This is a very casual comment. Zach Moss over Chase Brown. How many shares of Zach Moss do you have, Casual? How deep are you in the Zach Moss world. Hopefully we can get you out of that. That's tough. That's a tough business to be in, my boy. See you all later. Appreciate you. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live whenever big news breaks on top of that. And then on top of that, so maybe 3-4 live streams in one day happens all the time. Live whenever news breaks. Big news breaks. And then live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Additionally, live at midnight Eastern. Like this show right here. See you all later.